In the late 90s, even though I was working with DNA healing energy, I was actually teaching courses. I came down with an incurable, very, very acute, incurable autoimmune disease. And I was told that I would no longer have a healthy life, that I would be an invalid for the rest of my days, however many those were, and that there is no cure. In other words, I was a hopeless case, according to the medical people.
Imagine that. Is extraordinary to hear that trauma coming into your space from physicians, right? Where, I mean, imagine the trauma of them having to say that even, but then to now walk out of what got said and that reality that got made.
I decided not to believe the specialist. I actually decided that I will be in charge of my own life. Thank you very much. And I had healing tools that I had been teaching. Also, Dr. Ryan, who is a biophysicist, had published his scientific paper about working with DNA and how our consciousness, our intention, our heart energy, our love can actually shift the programming, the genetic programming of our DNA. What I did was I read his paper several times. I wrote down a list of the most important elements that I could discern from his scientific paper, created a protocol for myself. And I used a two-pronged healing approach to actually reverse this incurable disease. One element was to work on healing unresolved issues in my life. I thought I had been doing that, but obviously not enough if I'm on death's door and being told that there's nothing that can be done for me. So I worked on that aspect of myself. Also, I used the protocol, the DNA reprogramming protocol that I wrote from Dr. Ryan's paper several times a day. And 6 months later, this horrific disease had left my body and I was well and happy and whole once again. And it was a horrific disease. I don't want to go into the details, but it was really something that I'm really glad is behind me.